I welcome everyone to Wizards Outlook. Um, Washington Wizards hosted the San Antonio Spurs tonight. We saw one Victor Wembanyama make his DC debut. Uh, the Spurs rallied from a 10-point deficit late to get the win, 131-127. Cardell, you were in the building. I guess where you want to start first the game and your initial thoughts of Wembanyama. You want to start positive, negative, good news, bad news? Where you want to start?
Yeah, I get the victor later. Kyle Kuzma, his shot selection down the stretch is ridiculous. It's no ridiculous. The boy check. I had to make a note. He checked in with Tyus Jones at the 3:49 mark in the fourth. The Wizards were up 121, 116. Just manage the game, man. Manage the game. Get to the free throw line. Get some easy baskets. No, Kuz shoot some hero shots. Air balls and running with the left hand. This is a layup. Takes two badass leads at the top of the key. 0 for 4 down the stretch. That's all the Spurs needed. Meanwhile, on the other end, a rookie, Wembanyama, who was struggling most of the game. Marvin Bagley balled. We all played him to that last stretch, the last few minutes. Wembanyama, the last 44, 43 of the game. 7 points, a key assist to Shokan score and go to the free throw line, and the key block on Tyus Jones. That was ball game. And all they did was make their free throws and they finally stole the ball. How did a rookie understand time management, key plays, what was a good shot, what wasn't? Because even with that assist, he could have forced up a shot, but he didn't. He saw Shokan cutting, here you go. So how can a rookie understand that and a veteran who's won a ring don't? See, this is where I'm like, either they're tanking on purpose or they let them know, hey, just shoot him and lose the game, or something wrong with that dude. You didn't have it going all day. You were 5 for 14 in the game. You were 5 for 14. You forcing them shots to lose that game. Okay? Bagley was balling. He had it going like that. Then he's 7 for 11. Jordan Poole 7 for 15. He's been playing well the last few weeks. Playing well on the control and all that. You have all these options to Koulibaly had it going 6 and 9, but he wasn't in the game. You have all of these options to try to pull out this game, and you just honestly give it to the Spurs because you keep giving a talent like that chances, he's going to figure it out and make plays. And that's exactly what happened. And some of the threes is just like, what are you doing, man? You can't possibly try to win. So that's where that defense wasn't really played on either end. Um, I love when I saw Marvin Bagley. He came to play. Like I said, it's a good test. He's proven his worth. Honestly, he's probably making the front office have to rethink some things as to who will be in that front court because he could do a lot of things and stuff like that, man. With the way he can shoot the ball, pick and roll, pick and pop, rebound, and defend. He showed up to play because nobody else I don't think could have did what he did against Wembanyama and contain him for the most part without him going crazy, so to speak, man. They couldn't defend Showtime, 23 or 4, but he shot 8-11 for the field. Vassell shot 8 of 14. I just feel like the 3-point shooting, especially in the first half, it stretched the Wizards defense that's already subpar to begin with so much that it was hard for them to recover. And that's what the Spurs do. They'll keep moving the ball. They're one of the best in assists. Coming in, they were ranked 5th in the league in total team assists. The thing is, they had 21 at halftime. So that tells you how they were stretching, making the Wizards work, who's already a bad defensive team. Now you're making them work. It's only a matter of time before they break, and that's eventually what happened. With that being said, you still was executing on the offensive end because the Spurs were damn near as equally bad as on defense, especially when Wembanyama went out the game. And what does it come down to? Shot selection and game management. The Spurs did it better than the Wizards, a young Spurs team. That's why they won the game. And you can see the Wizards was pissed because after Kuz made that last 2 or 3, and then I forgot Keldon Johnson, I think got fouled, or I forgot who got fouled. He walked back. Wizards looking, the rest of the Wizards players was just looking up, like acting like they ain't want to see him. And I know what that is, man. It's just like, bro, just go ahead, bro. Just go ahead, bro. You know what time it is. So, yeah, man, it's just frustrating. So that's why I'm saying they got to be tanking because there's no way an NBA team or coach would allow that. Like after the first couple misses, come sit down, bro. You bugging. Well, I'd be like, Tyus, do not pass on the ball unless he's wide open, wide open, because he's just jacking anything, man. And it's just ridiculous, man. From just being here live to seeing this, it's like, what are you doing, bro? It's not that hard, man. It's not that hard, man. Victor Wembanyama, 9 points, 4 rebounds in the fourth quarter. That's him finishing up. Guess who led the Wizards in points in the fourth quarter? Corey Kispert. Marvin Bagley had 5 rebounds. Assists Denny. Corey Kispert had the steal. Nothing about Kuz went on in that fourth quarter. Yeah, he's trying to force to play hero ball, and that led to a loss. So there you go, man. That's my analysis for this game.
Right.
I got a headache, man.
Yeah, I think we said it either the last game or the game before. You know, bad teams figure out how to lose, and they definitely did that tonight. You know, and it's rarely that you can just point to one player that just kind of sent everything down the toilet, but Kuz put on a masterclass in giving away a game in those last few minutes, man. Like that shot selection and decision making is terrible. And Wilson, me and you was talking before we got on, like they had a 10-point lead and it evaporated that quick. When you don't play defense, your margin of error is slim to non-existent, man. And you know, you keep giving teams chances and you can't stop them, then this is what happens. But you know, I definitely like what Marvin Bagley's been doing the last 2 games, man. You know, immediately I can't wait to see what it looks like with him and Gaff on the floor together. You know, to have 2 people giving effort and rebounding, like honestly, we haven't seen that all season. So, you know, I'm sure that's going to pay dividends and work out for them. But overall, man, down the stretch, you know, at some point, Tyus has got to jack somebody up and say, "This is why I'm here. Let me direct traffic and see what happens," as opposed to just letting these guys do anything, man. Because clearly he's the only person that can, you know, that can assume those responsibilities and not have everything go to hell. But yeah, man, if you can't finish off a team like the Spurs, then what does that say about you? I mean, we know the Wizards can't be looking down at anybody, but dang, man, you can't even put away the teams that are in your realm. So yeah, like Ardell said, man, either it's a super tank job or these dudes just brain dead, or both. That's always a possibility as well. So yeah. Then they play an actual good team tomorrow night. So yeah, it only get worse.
Yeah, I did. Cardo, you mentioned having a headache. I was lost. Down the stretch was one you helped in the giving away the 10-point lead, and then you still have an opportunity, and your coach tries to give you some trust and not calling a timeout, so this defense isn't set, and you a veteran, you a champion. That's the shot you take. There was no reason for it, as you all alluded to. There was just no reason for it, and shout out to Corey Kispert. He had really good moments in this game. I thought Bilal had good moments in this game. But again, it's like far too many times this season, you know, the 2 veteran guys, you know, the champs or what have you. Why is it always y'all doing something weird? And it's, well, we're officially pretty much like halfway point. So what is up with y'all two? It's always something weird at NIF games, whether it's one or the other, if not both. But you said it just spoiled a really nice game for Koulibaly. Again, like you guys mentioned, shout out to Marvin Bagley for that's 2 games in a row. He looks like he wants to be here, or he's not trying to move on. Shout out to him for that. And it's crazy and a little bit sad to me that someone who just got here is fighting like somebody who doesn't want to leave, and y'all been here the whole year. Y'all had a security he's fighting for. But, you know, Any final thoughts? Or y'all want to get the player of the game?
Yeah, we can get the player of the game, man. I'll go with Jeremy Sochan. I felt like he controlled the game, being a point forward. 23 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 8 of 11 from the field, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. I heard the crowd clowning his free throws. The one hand jump. And y'all know me. If it goes in, who cares? I don't know. He can shoot it blindfolded. If it goes in, just keep it going. Like it don't matter. And he did. And he made some big plays down the stretch, man. He they trying to teach him how to be a point guard, even though they got Trey Jones there, but he's like a secondary ball handler, point guard. And, he controlled the game and was defending Kuz well. That's what makes it worse. Like, you force some shots against a dude that's a all defensive team caliber defender. Like, it makes no sense. Like, his role model is Dennis Rodman. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't make sense if you forcing that, man. So, I might have to give it to him.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Wembanyama closed the game, but throughout the contest, it was Shohan that was kind of steadying the ship for them. He made a bunch of plays on both ends, and his efficiency in his defense, like Cardell pointed out, it's just Kuz was what did Kuz shoot tonight? 5-14. Without being bothered. If he makes a couple more shots, then we have a different conversation. But yeah, Shohan, he definitely put his mark on the game.
I agree. If everything you named, Carter, the thing that stuck out to me the most was, when looking at some of the guys on this side, no turnovers as much as he had the ball in the row that they asked him to play. No turnovers. And they're trying to, like you said, they're trying to teach him to mold them for, what the Spurs look like next year going forward. That's almost a flawless night from him. Hell of a night on both ends. And for the crowd, like laughing at it, I mean, look, 50 from the floor, above, well in the 60 from the floor, 50 from 3, 100 from the line. Like, I guess that plus 27 looks amazing. Just me since people love that so much. X Factor?
Plus 27 for sure, saying. I'm going with Trey Jones. 11 points, 12 assists, 8 rebounds, 3 steals, 1 turnover. Third, he outplayed Big Bro. left Big Bro crib with the W, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, enough said, man. Enough said.
Right.
That's exactly where I was going with it. You can't let little bro get at you at home. Like, come on, man. But no, seriously, Trey Jones, he had a great game, man. He it was one play that stood out. The Wizards came up with a stop, kick to the head to Marvin Bagley. Trey Jones came up from behind, got the steal, and it turned the points for the Spurs. It's like a 4 or 5 point swing. So, I mean, just little plays like that throughout the course of a close game, they make the difference.
All right. Carter, I just want to ask. You said we'll talk about him a little later. Just your thoughts on Wemby.
I mean, he got to get stronger. Definitely got to get stronger. Guys can muscle him right now. He's very light. Like, guards can muscle him when he tries to establish possession. I came in kind of seeing if it's a case of the Spurs is not giving him the ball, but it's a mix. It's them still trying to figure him out, but it's also him not being able to hold his position. So they're not comfortable throwing the ball in to him when he can't hold his position. It might lead to a steal the other way. You know what I mean? So it's a combination of both. He definitely got to get stronger. I remember when he got drafted, leading up to the draft, he was like, they need to lift weights less. And I'm like, my man, you bugging. And I think he realized it now, you need strength. Because as skilled as he is, guys in the NBA are more athletic, they're strong and stuff like that. He can do damage on the perimeter, but most of his bread and butter is going to be in that paint area, whether it's from mid-range or the low blocking. You need strength to operate down there, man. But, I mean, I'm clearly an otherworldly talent. It's only a matter of time. And once he adds that shit and they can't move him and he could just stand back and get the ball and go to work, it's going to be bad. Like he didn't even play well. He had 24, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 6 blocks. And he didn't even have a good game. And that's a bad game for him. That's a career night for most players in the league. So that just tells you how special he is, which we all know, man. But yeah, once he gets stronger and really get some vets that know how to play and make the game easy for him, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be very bad.
All right, we'll jump into these comments before we get out of here. Blizzy Baby said, well, here we go again. Another loss in the L column to a bad Spurs team. We're supposed to put teams like this away and the Pistons.
Again, in close games, what do I always say? It come down to who has the best players on the floor down the stretch, right? And who has the best player. And who showed up at the end to win the game. Even though he's a rookie. So, there you go.
Oh, man. If you look at the Wizards' record, they're on the same level as Pistons, Spurs, and Hornets. It's embarrassing. My 2 cents. Go ahead. I
don't know. They're taking L's to all 3 of those teams. They're below them teams. They taking L's to all 3.
That's crazy when you say that out loud.
All 3. Now, they may be the Pistons early in the season, but we talking about here and now lately, they got them.
And they got him without Cade to make matters worse. Who do you peer? West, what's your problem with using the challenging timeouts? I don't understand it. Follow with another West question. Terrible game managed by West in the last few minutes.
That's why I'm saying to me, they definitely tanking because that don't make sense. Once Cool shot those couple hero shots, come on. I'm out. Come on, you gotta come sit next to me, bro. You bugging. You trying to win. You know what I'm saying? You get mad all you want. You know, look, I don't know. I just know those L's count for the coaches. And if they get him up out of here, if you try to look for another job, it's gonna be tough. Because those L's count, man. So I'm like, I don't know. All right. Obviously, I don't have any intel to know for sure if they tanking. It just look like tank because it's like y'all gotta know better. Like we know better. You see what I'm saying? From the outside looking in, y'all gotta know better, man. The guys that been in the league, been around the league for decades. Hell, wrestling grew up in it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it gotta be coming from higher up, like, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Making calls down. So regardless, y'all know how I feel about tanking. Guarantees nothing. You know, it helped the Spurs. That's cool. You know, sometimes it work out, but most of the time it don't. And then at the end of the day, you got to pick right. Because if you don't get the top, like this draft, there's no clear-cut number 1.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to pick right. You know what I mean? So if you don't pick right, that can hurt for a long time.
Man, look, they continue after what happened tonight. They got the Nuggets tomorrow. And you got a couple days and the Wolves are in the building. Literally and figuratively. On Wednesday.
And I'm going back and forth watching the game. I saw KC jump on Minnesota something nasty in the first quarter. I'm like, damn, what the? They was up big. Boys walked them down like Daryl Green this prime, bro. Now they up by 10 in the fourth quarter. That's what, man. Look, all right. Play like y'all played against tonight against them. They love to swarm and play defense. It's a different beat. But before you even get to that, you gotta get through Jokers tomorrow. So, Lord Jesus, yeah. He has no problem playing and sitting down at his spots. He has no problem with that. They're not gonna move him.
Not one bit. Not one bit. And we appreciate y'all tuning in. The Spurs beat the Wizards. They rallied late. The Wizards had a 2-point lead. Sohan, Wembanyama and company got the job done. Washington does not get a win, and it's the front end of a back-to-back. You got the reigning champs, Capital One tomorrow. We'll see you guys then. Have a great night.